today on 15 on 15.
Travelers in Wheelchair is a tourism market that an organization says Aruba should adapt towards. Plus, we celebrate Thanksgiving today in more ways than one. And we have a one-on-one interview with the big winner from Aruba's International Beach Tennis Tournament. Thanks for joining us. I'm Yentl Lieuw. A travel organization by the name of We Travel Too caters to a market that many destinations overlook. Tourists in a wheelchair have every desire and right to see new things around the world as well. We Travel Too is working with 4 Caribbean islands to help make the destination more accessible for this particular market, and Aruba is one of those islands. Christophe Steegmans from Belgium is the founder of We Travel Too. His travel experience has motivated him to help hotels and destinations become more wheelchair accessible in order to make it more comfortable and easier for the physically disabled to travel.
Yeah, I think there is a huge market in Europe. There are more than 50 million people with a disability in Europe. So if they know that it's possible, they can travel, they will travel. And our purpose is to look for new destinations and look for the accessible hotels and the other extra things. And we will bundle it in one package. And then I think it will be possible that the people with a disability will travel to these 4 destinations. And I think it's a surplus for these destinations that they can say we are accessible for everyone.
There are basic things Aruba, along with other islands, can change in order to welcome this market.
There are a few things that is necessary to be accessible, and it is the hotel. Of course, it's important that the hotel room is wide doors. There is a wide bathroom with a roll-in shower, but not only the hotel has to be accessible, but also the transfer from the airport to the hotel, and sometimes also rental equipment like a shower chair, a hoist, a beach wheelchair, or a scooter for people who can't walk. Another thing that's also very important is accessible excursions. When people are on a holiday, maybe they want to see something of the island or something else.
Christophe says there is a real demand for this. The market is there. It is up to the destination to attract them.
People in a wheelchair want to travel, but they don't know how to travel. So if we can give them advice on how they can travel, they will travel more, and then it's for all the travel destinations important to be accessible, and they will come.
We Travel Too is currently focusing on 4 specific destinations, and they include the Canary Islands, Curacao, Kenya, and of course Aruba. The travel organization is currently working with travel operators in Belgium first to inform what is and is not accessible from the destinations. Moving forward, the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade is an event many look forward to. Although the parade takes place in the United States and it's based on an American Thanksgiving, Aruba had a tie to this year's event. Here's how. The 88th Macy's Thanksgiving Parade was filled with colors, marching bands, excitement, celebrities, professional dancers, and cheerleaders. Now, one of these cheerleaders has a strong tie to Aruba. Gabriela Haddad's mother is Aruban. The NBC's Today Show interviewed her. Here is what she had to say about performing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade.
It's amazing. You get to perform it on national television. It's always been a dream, I think, of all of ours to be able to do that. Let's go Macy's! Happy Thanksgiving!
That must be a very exciting moment for Gabriela. On that note, we will be right back. Stay with us. Black Friday doesn't bring out the best in shoppers, as seen in this footage right here. Check out more of it next. Thanks for staying tuned to 15 on 15. The fourth Thursday of November is when the United States celebrates Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to those who commemorate this day. You may be interested to know that it is also Instagram's busiest day of the year. More than 10 million photos mentioning Thanksgiving were uploaded to the social network that day in 2012 and Thanksgiving 2013. Both marked the most active days on Instagram to date. This year, dozens of consumer brands and publications are hosting contests challenging people to Insta their Thanksgiving dinners. Even if you are not participating in one of those, you may be feeling the pressure to up your Instagram game this holiday. So here are some basic tips. Try your hardest to photograph food in natural light. Also, don't rely on Instagram's filters. And remember, it's not all about the food. Don't ignore the party surrounding the food. And of course, having one of the latest smartphone models help as well, since the later the device, the better the quality of the camera. Thanksgiving is a great holiday. It's all about being appreciative and food, but sometimes with the whole Black Friday sale trending, people get lost in what Thanksgiving is all about. Check out this video comparing Black Friday shoppers more than 2 decades ago to today.
The diehards were out today searching painstakingly for a parking spot.
And that blue tent set up, I'm told, on Thursday of last week, and then the rest, about 4 of them, 4 or 5, they showed up on Friday. And of course, by later in this week, that line will be all around this building.
I like to be out during the time when everyone else is shopping, meet different ones, and enjoy seeing different faces.
And sometimes having to elbow someone else in a crowded store. But that didn't matter. It was all worth it.
As it gets a little crowded as the closer it gets to Christmas and everything, so and most of the things are gone by that time.
Let's try to be thankful for what we already have this year rather than what we don't. Moving forward, sticking to the Thanksgiving theme, an important ingredient in many stuffings are apples. We all know after biting into an apple or slicing into one, we should eat the fruit quickly before it turns brown. But researchers have been able to grow non-browning apples. Check it out. Professor Susan Brown, no pun intended, has been researching different apples for 3 years in hopes of preventing apples from browning. There are no chemicals and no magic, but she did it. The Cornell University in Geneva has introduced 65 different varieties of apples on the market. New apples are developed by cross-pollinating different varieties. Researchers found a variety of apples that oxidized or browned very slowly and then breaded with a better tasting option. So some of these apples can stay as long as 3 days without browning once you bite into it or slice it up. Good to know. Let's take a very quick break. This is what's coming up next. After the break, Marijka gives players from Aruba advice on how to become better beach tennis players. Since all the excitement is now over from the Aruba International Beach Tennis Tournament, I was able to sit down one-on-one with Marijka from Germany, who was one of the biggest winners from the event this year. So I spoke to Marijka about her likes and dislikes about playing the tournament in Aruba, and also she gives the players on the island a few tips as to what to do to become professional. Marijke Biglemeyer is currently ranked 9th in the world for beach tennis. But once the points from Aruba's big tournament gets added on, she will be closer to the top. Marijke started the sport in 2011. She has garnered tremendous success since then. The former tennis player reveals the pros and cons of playing the sport here.
Aruba, what I dislike, oh, that's very, very hard. Well, actually, I can tell you one thing is this. Is the wind that is not constant, that is just sometimes blowing a lot and then not at all. It's very hard for us beach tennis players to manage that. But other than that, Aruba is just amazing. It's an amazing place for beach tennis. The people are very relaxed. They enjoy this sport. You see this from like every kind of age. The kids enjoy it. A little bit older people and even like the masters. They have a lot of fun. So it's great. It's a great atmosphere to play here. And of course you have, I don't know, my family asked me, like, the forecast was raining. It was supposed to rain every day. I think it meant the 3 minutes every day that it rains. But actually we have perfect weather here every day. So it's just great.
Marijke has committed herself fully to the beach tennis sport. She travels around the world to compete. She tells us what it is about beach tennis she is so passionate about.
I love that it's a lot of action inside. You know, you dive, you throw yourself in the sand. It's if you touch the ground in tennis, everybody is like shocked. Oh my God, she got injured. No, here it's normal. In almost every point, it's like this. Yeah, this is what I really love about this sport. Is yeah, also that it's a double. You know, it's a team sport. You cannot win alone, and you cannot also not lose alone. So you always do everything together as a team, and it's great.
Players from Aruba has yet to reach Marijke's level, or the level the Italians and Brazilians play in. There hasn't been Aruban representation in the semifinals or finals in the open division for the tournament on the island. Marijke advises players on the island to venture to the country that molds the best players.
In Italy, you can play every day on the highest level you want to play. So it's a great advantage for your beach tennis to get better. I think the problem is if you only play with the same people all the time, you may be stuck at some point of your level because you don't get new influences. So bringing new people here for organizing clinics, for bringing some new inputs, and maybe also traveling to tournaments in Europe or in Italy is definitely what I would suggest for the Aruban players as well.
And that's all the time we have for now. Thanks for watching. We'll be back on Friday night with brand new topics that you won't want to miss, so we'll see you then.